Donc j'ai fait, je vous dis ce que j'ai fait dans l'épisode, enfin je l'ai pas filmé. Du coup en fait j'ai fait pas mal de quêtes secondaires qui se trouvaient dans la ville, à Atlantis, à New Atlantis. J'ai fait pas mal de quêtes, parce que c'est des quêtes secondaires, c'était pas très passionnant. Du coup j'ai dit je vais pas le filmer, je vais pas me faire toutes les quêtes secondaires. Du coup là je vais continuer la mission principale. Donc là je me suis dit qu'à partir de maintenant je vais filmer quoi. Je vais partir en mission principale et voir ce qu'il en est. Je sais pas du tout ce qui m'attend. Pour rappel, je joue en très difficile. Donc voilà. Donc à partir de maintenant, mission principale. Allez. Et quelle heure? 15h. On va aller parler à Morgane, la patronne de constellation. Et il me semble. Allez. Ah oui, pour info, j'ai remis le jeu en anglais avec les sous-titres français parce que le sous-titrage, enfin, il était pas du tout coordonné avec le français. Des fois, t'avais le personnage qui parlait plus, alors que bah il parlait. C'était horrible à voir en français. C'est triste, mais je préfère pour l'immersion, je préfère jouer en anglais. Du coup, les sous-titres sont plus adaptés. Enfin, comment le physique de la bouche du personnage est plus adapté à l'anglais quoi, qu'au français, parce qu'au français il est dégueulasse franchement. Donc du coup j'ai remis le jeu en anglais, sous-titres français bien entendu. Allez, Morgan elle est où? C'est toi? Non c'est pas toi.
Well, I suppose that station in orbit has more than paid for itself at this point.
Ouais. Morgan, où es-tu?
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects.
Punaise, mais je l'avais vu tout à l'heure ici Morgan. Elle est sur le toit? Ah bah te v'là Morgan, t'étais passé où?
Curious feeling, knowing that you've seen something that no one else has. That you know something no one else does.
Allez.
Yeah, what is it? We're
Allez.
just at the beginning of this mystery, and you're going to be there for it.
C'est bon pour moi.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to.
Ok, moi je vais aller lui parler.
We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together.
D'accord. Ce genre d'enquête ne porte jamais ses fruits comme on s'y attend. Exactement.
You've done this before, eh? Wise words. We watch each other's backs. We'll be fine. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Si vous continuez, Sarah sera verrouillée comme compagnon. Si vous continuez, Sarah sera verrouillée comme compagnon. Ah ouais, d'accord. Oh, classe. Intéressant. Qu'est-ce que j'y gagne au juste? Euh... Non, ça c'est bon, ça je m'en suis occupé, j'ai fait tout ce que j'avais à faire. Et puis oui, pour info, si jamais il y a la l'UC, du coup l'Union coloniale qui m'a proposé de me recruter. Parce que j'ai fait une ou deux missions pour eux, des petites missions sans importance. Et ils m'ont proposé de me recruter pour travailler, pour entrer dans
You're
l'UC
awfully
quoi.
quiet.
Oui, je sais, je réfléchis. Oui, je sais. Attends 2 secondes. Qu'est-ce que j'y gagne au juste? Les membres de Constellation ont un salaire?
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free?
Ouais, c'est peut-être pas
We
vrai.
do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have.
Ah, intéressant. Bon bah c'est parti hein.
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience.
Oui, madame.
Understood?
Oui madame, j'ai compris.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
Plaisir. Du coup, maintenant, principal. Et bon, on va déjà l'activer. Parler au contact de Sarah. Allez hop, on va chercher ce contact. Je me suis où bien? Ah oui, et voilà notre petite Sarah. Je suis niveau 7 si jamais. Juste pour info si tu voulais savoir. Du coup j'ai fait un peu de quête vu que je joue en mode très difficile. Il faut au moins que j'ai un petit niveau de départ parce que sinon je sens que je vais me faire éclater. Est-ce que je peux lui parler là en fait?
We need to talk to John Tuala in Mast. If you have any gear you want me to haul.
Ah ça bug. Cartouche. Alexa, Adosbot, c'est laser ça. Ouais laser. Asbot avec un pistolet laser déjà c'est bien. Je crois qu'il est temps qu'on nous séparer.
Not at all.
Pas du tout.
My parents considered themselves to be enlightened, but their lives were so busy they rarely pursued their beliefs. By the time I was old enough to start questioning these things, the idea of following any organized religion was almost an afterthought. It's not that I don't want to believe in anything, it's that my scientific mind is often at odds with my spiritual center. Having been out there, in the Starfield, seeing all those magnificent wonders with my own eyes, I need answers, not religious theory. I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but don't worry. While we're on this journey together,
Ouais, pas de soucis.
I fully intend to respect your religious beliefs. Bye.
C'est où?
It's you and me from here out. No, it's fine. You mean apart from being the chair of Constellation for the past 5 years? Well, let's see. I pride myself with my aptitude for astrodynamics, calculating optimal trajectories for grav jumping. That's been quite useful in the past. And as far as planetary exploration, my area of expertise is botany.
Bon bah ça va.
So, don't worry. I won't let you eat anything that might put you in the hospital.
Qu'est-ce que vous aimiez faire pour vous amuser à part explorer?
Exploration is my entire life. I consider it both a career and recreation. That being said, I will make a confession. but you have to promise to keep it between us. Before I graduated from school, I was in a band. And no, I don't mean the school band. I mean a rock band. We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name, I know. But we were just a bunch of teenagers getting together and having fun. And before you ask, no, I wasn't the lead singer. I actually played the drums. The band never really went anywhere, of course, but those were good times, and I remember them fondly.
C'est tout pour
Oh,
l'instant.
okay then.
Allez. On y go.
Goodbye.
Non, pas goodbye, let's go. Oui, là-bas. Tac. Sarah. Ah, ah bah on va aller parler au recruteur de lycée là. Décidément. Tu prends complètement un chemin différent que moi toi. Mais bien.
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
Tu m'as déjà demandé tout à l'heure, donc c'est lui là qui m'a proposé déjà de rejoindre le lycée, hein. À croire qu'il se souvient pas de moi. Je t'aurais rejoint. Non merci, je préfère explorer les étoiles que semer la destruction. C'est quoi l'avant-garde? Puis remettre ça.
United Colonies volunteer fleet. Independent captains enlist, get to use their own ships, and the UC provides them with sustained work and credits. And put in your time, and you're guaranteed UC citizenship and everything that comes with it. Discounts on UC goods and medical services, chance to own a place in New Atlantis. Only way a foreign captain could even dream of seeing those sorts of benefits. So, you want in?
Une autre fois, peut-être. Nous sommes là pour parler affaires liées à la constellation.
All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
Intéressant. Ok. Attendez, c'est quoi le problème avec ça là? Attendez, c'est quoi le
You
problème?
kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars.
Ok. Qui est Moira?
Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something.
D'ailleurs, j'ai pas le temps de lire.
Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. You'll have to ask him. But Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that. Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like.
Ah.
Yeah, bring a coloring book.
Un bar dans un port spatial, je me sentirais comme à la
It's
maison.
definitely a lifestyle, burning helium out there, seeing where the stars take you. I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
Je vais y réfléchir. Bon, ça va. On en sait un peu plus maintenant.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic.
Allez.
Until later.
Bon, du coup, je suppose qu'il faut aller à mon vaisseau maintenant. Heureux. Ah oui, il faut qu'on parte de la planète. Ok. Bon bah, go à mon vaisseau. Bon bah d'accord, elle est toujours à la traîne elle. Hein.
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the gnat.
C'est des choses qui arrivent.
Ah, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
C'est sympa, ouais. Il y a du peuple ce soir.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving.
Ah.
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. The United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
Ah bah. Salut Vasco.
Greetings, Captain. Hello. I believe this is a process known as small talk. It is not my specialty, but I will do my best. I will answer your questions truthfully. Unlike you, I am incapable of lying.
Tu connais bien les humains?
Constellation has seen to it that I possess a near encyclopedic knowledge of human history, art, culture, and science. May I answer a question for you?
Ok. Tu connais toutes les langues
I
humaines?
have been programmed to comprehend all modern and ancient human languages. The only exception is body language. My body is crafted from reinforced metal, and therefore incompatible with such forms of expression.
Ça se comprend. Quelle est la plus grande invention de l'histoire de l'humanité?
Logically, I believe the correct answer to be the airplane, followed shortly by the computer. Humans could not have become a spacefaring species without them. Illogically speaking, I am inclined to believe that books were your greatest invention. I have spent a good deal of time processing works of science fiction. They make good case studies in how your species could have made a mess of its entry into the stars in different ways than you did in reality. I am looking at one. I hope that was a suitable response. Constellation did not equip me with a sense of humor. I have done my best to mimic Barrett's. This is a difficult question to parse. I do not experience enjoyment. However, I find that the music of ancient Japan has a pleasantly mathematical sound. The same is true of the works of European composers from the Baroque period. I have dedicated significant time to processing these compositions and understanding their structure.
Ok.
You are an exceptionally curious human.
Ah, ça.
Constellation recovered me from an abandoned lunar robotics factory on Earth's moon, where I was manufactured. I am told I was in quite a state of disrepair. Barrett elected to refurbish me after the discovery. Since then, I have been reprogrammed to be useful to Constellation. Some data from my time on Earth's moon remains deep in my motherboard, but I do not frequently access it. Very little of what is in those files would prove useful to modern spacefarers. That is correct. I am a first-generation Model A robot. As such, I was manufactured on Earth's moon. Modern lunar robotics products are manufactured elsewhere. Constellation named me after the Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama, who resided on Earth in the 15th century AD. He explored his home planet by way of its seas. Barrett tells me he was quite an accomplished explorer. I am inclined to believe it, as that is a compliment Barrett normally reserves for himself.
Ok. Quelle chance qu'ils aient pu te répondre.
Constellation is an exceptionally driven and intelligent group of humans. I would expect nothing less of them. My programming dictates that I must answer any question. That is a difficult question to parse. I do not experience human emotions such as enjoyment. However, I have been kept busy since Constellation acquired me. That satisfies my directive to be as helpful as possible for the duration of my existence. In a geographical sense, the lodge cannot be missed. It is easily accessible from the New Atlantis spaceport. But I presume that you are using miss in this context to mean long for. In which case, my answer is no. I long for nothing. Barrett, however, regularly complains about missing the lodge's amenities during our travels. This has led me to the conclusion that it is a place worth missing. Noted. I would be interested to know your definition of my style. Return soon.
Allez, on a assez discuté.
Good day, Captain. Conversational protocols.
Comment tu
It
fais ça?
is impossible to read Barrett. He is neither a book nor a block of code. If you are asking for a summary of my observations on his behavior, I will provide one.
Écoute, on
I
parlera plus
will
tard.
await your next order here.
Sarah, Vasco, let's go. Par contre... Ah mais il y a l'autre là, putain.
Give the word and we'll get underway.
What can I do for you, Captain?
peux rien faire pour moi, laisse-moi tranquille toi. Je veux pas te voir. Ah, ok. Tu te mets ici toi.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise. So long.
Ok, let's go. On va décoller. Bon, ça fait longtemps que j'ai pas piloté un vaisseau. Assieds-toi, on y go. Ok. Alors, tout est ok, on décolle.
It's very quiet out in space. You would think there would be trumpets wherever you go.
Ah, il va me saouler lui. Ah, mais il y a plein de... Oh, il y a plein de vaisseaux là. Ça fait longtemps que j'ai pas piloté. Alors donc on va éviter de faire le fou. On peut analyser ces vaisseaux. Ah mais il y en a partout en fait. Wow. Ok. Alors. Ah mais... On n'a pas analysé. Il faudra qu'on revienne ici pour... Ah mais oui putain. La loge explorée. Du coup c'est où qu'on doit aller? C'est tout là-bas. Renseignez-vous sur Moara à Sindonia. Sauter, c'est parti. C'est parti.
This is your native colony space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband.
Aucune contrebande scan.
You are cleared to land. Enjoy your stay at Sidonia.
Ok. On va voir un peu le... Un peu là ce qu'on est là. Ok, là il y a station de fracturation hydraulique. Le soleil il est là. Sindonia. Usine robotique de Mars. Eh mais... Ah putain, mais oui, non mais je suis trop bête, on est sur Mars. Y'a quoi là, cette planète? Analyse 71%. Et bon, on va atterrir à Sindonia. Hein. Rampe de lancement. Oh Natsu! Comment il va Natsu? Sindonia. J'ai fait mon voyage comment, en vitesse lumière là, je suis arrivé sur Mars. Ah, la Terre, elle est où la Terre? Elle est là la Terre. Non, c'est Mercure, elle est là. Non, c'est la Lune. Ah mais oui, la Terre, il disait qu'elle était détruite, je crois. J'ai lu un truc comme quoi la Terre elle a été détruite en 2000 et quelques. Triton, putain. Oh, c'est tellement ouf en vrai. me dire que je peux tout visiter? Lune, Terre. Ah ouais, c'est là. Mais oh la... Oh le bordel. Mais ouais, ils ont dit qu'elle était plus du tout habitable. Il s'est passé un truc de fou. Mettre cap sur la Terre. Oh, on peut aller sur la Terre. Oh putain. Putain, c'est ouf. Ouais, j'ai... Parce que tu sais sur... comment ça s'appelle sur News Atlantis, il y a un espèce de musée où en fait ils expliquent toute l'histoire et je l'ai écouté tout à l'heure. J'ai regardé, j'ai écouté tout le musée là et comme quoi ils disent que bah du coup que la Terre a été détruite en 2100 et quelques et comment les factions se sont créées, les guerres qu'il y a eu, les gars qui contrôlent les créatures et tout. Enfin, un truc de fou quoi. Station spatiale. Ah mais je crois, mais ce jeu il va être énorme. Bon, allez, on va atterrir. On va aller faire la... Et je comprends pas ce que tu vas me dire, j'ai pas de mission du TAM. Parce que les... Comment? Les missions du TAM, c'est... Tu parles de l'UC? C'est ça? L'Union coloniale, c'est ça que t'es en train de parler ou bien? Oui et non, parce que moi, le TAM, bah, je crois que... Parce que ce que t'es en train de me... Peut-être pas me spoil, mais est-ce que moi, j'ai pas encore de mission sur le TAM. J'ai que... Là, j'ai fait tout ce que j'avais à faire. Maintenant, sur... comment? News Atlantis, c'est soit il me reste de rejoindre l'UC, ou soit bah, de faire ma mission principale et d'aller sur Mars avec Constellation pour parler à un gars qui a découvert qui a un objet métallique en sa possession. C'est tout ce que j'avais à faire. En fait, il me restait plus que ces deux missions en gros à faire pour avancer. Et du coup, j'ai dit que j'allais pas rejoindre l'UC tout de suite parce que je voulais voir un peu ce que les autres factions proposaient. Et bah, du coup, il me restait plus que la mission principale quoi. Renseignez-vous sûrement. Regarde là, je sais pas si tu te souviens, je dois faire ah bah du coup je l'ai pas encore fait rejoindre sur l'UC parce que je me suis dit en fait je sais pas trop no spoil hein, mais je sais pas trop du coup ce que ça fait tu vois, je me dis putain si je rejoins l'Union UC alors peut-être les autres factions je vais peut-être pas pouvoir les rejoindre et tout, c'est pour ça j'ai dit je vais écoute je vais partir en mission un petit coup principal voir ce qu'il en est et puis de toute façon je vais retourner sur comment sur Atlantis après quoi pour voir ce qu'il en est. Bon allez on va atterrir. Je suis niveau 7. Ah bah... Ah ouais ouais, et puis il y a Morgan qui nous suit, je suis trop content. Elle est là notre petite Morgan. Je vais... Arrête putain. Ouais, de toute façon ce jeu ouais. Ah bah t'as vu T'as vu les ouais bah elle m'a dit que bah non j'ai pas pu voir parce que du coup elle m'a dit qu'elle était enfin elle gérait les trucs dans botanique et puis elle gérait la propulsion des vaisseaux. Donc parce que là du coup tu sais je découvre hein, je viens seulement de partir en mission principale là, du coup je sais pas du tout à quoi m'attendre. On est sur Mars là. Putain c'est trop ouf, on est sur Mars. Enfin, attends. Ok, on est là. Ça a l'air d'être une petite ville. Écoute, on va aller renseignez-vous sur un lien. C'est parti. Ah bah j'en sais rien. Je sais pas du tout. Ah oui tiens, ça tombe bien que tu sois là. Balistique, une petite question là, balistique, c'est quoi? C'est les armes du coup, c'est les armes tout ce qui est armes à feu? Tout ça là. Parce que là, t'as corps à corps, laser, pistolet, fusil à pompe. Et puis du coup, le balistique, c'est quoi qu'ils appellent balistique? C'est toutes les armes à feu qui s'augmentent? Ou pas? Oui, bah c'est... Non mais, tu me prends pour un teubé! C'est marqué les armes balistiques infligent 10% de dégâts supplémentaires. Et c'est en fait ce que je te demande, c'est ce qu'ils appellent par les armes balistiques en fait. C'est tout ce qui est mitraillette ou quoi ou bien? Parce qu'en fait le truc c'est que moi je voulais... Voilà, parce que tout à l'heure, parce que moi pour moi les armes balistiques c'est pas... moi je trouve que c'est pas mal expliqué. Parce que les armes balistiques... Voilà, ouais, oui parce que énergie c'est ça. C'est ça que je trouvais bizarre. Parce que là il parle de pistolet et de fusil à pompe et d'armes laser. Mais je me suis dit, qu'est-ce qu'ils appellent par les armes balistiques? Donc c'est tout ce qui est mitraillette je pense. Mitraillette et puis... oui je pense que ça doit être ça de toute façon. Ouais, parce que moi les armes balistiques, je vois... une arme balistique pour moi c'est pas ça, c'est un truc de fou quoi, une arme balistique c'est un gros canon tu vois. Non, pompe c'est ici. Bon c'est ce que je voulais savoir du coup. Hop, il me reste un point, de toute façon je... Allez. Est-ce qu'elle nous suit ou pas déjà?
Wonder where this will all lead.
Ouais, elle nous
Okay.
suit. Hop. Merde. Ah excuse. Ouais j'ai vu ouais.
What's next?
Il me saoule lui par contre.
Saving the world? Saving the galaxy?
Il m'agace.
Saving the universe? Usig Isaac. Usag Isaac. I am your sidekick, your shadow, your tail.
Ouais. Bon, salut Vasco.
How can I be of service, Captain? Captain, do you require... Let me know if I can be of assistance in the future.
Ah, ouais, attends, je vais peut-être mettre mon équipement moi aussi. Si t'as mis ton équipement, je vais mettre mon équipement. Allez, tac. Bah, j'ai pas confiance non plus où on va là. Tac. Bim. Bim. Hop. Est-ce que je... Tac. On va prendre mon... Maelstrom. Je sais pas ce qu'il a dit. Je l'écoute pas, il m'agace lui. Il va pas faire long feu sur mon vaisseau, je te le dis, je pense. Je pense que dans pas longtemps, je vais le jarter. Il m'énerve.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Allez, là, Morgane. Eh mec, on peut... Bon, je pense que oui, mais on peut...
What a lovely view of the Martian sky. Frankly, I'm a bit surprised to find such a delightful spot in this rather drab city.
Mars, CO2, oxygène. Gravité, c'est 0.38, oxygène, du coup 0%, ça veut dire que y a pas d'oxygène, c'est ça? Température, -5. Ok. Peut-être qu'elle a. Ouais, bah oui, je pense. Ok. Notre vaisseau. Allez. Wouhou, c'est trop ouf.
install, multiple leeches in the grav drive.
Suppose that would explain the brownouts. So, what's this going to run?
If there are no other surprises, mid-5 figures.
5 figures? 5? Fine. Do it. I'll be at the bar. Find me when it's done.
Combien d'alliés on pouvait avoir avec nous pendant une mission? Genre, je pense qu'on peut en avoir que un.
You should inspect anything I can help you with.
Ah oui, c'est d'accord. Lui, c'est mon vaisseau de préparé. J'aimerais modifier mon C, montrer ce que vaisseau vous avez avant.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Ok. Discovery. On dirait un peu le mien. Ouais, bah ça je verrai plus tard. Ça, tu sais que je suis qu'au début du jeu. Allez hop. C'est quoi ça? Oh, je kiffe pas les vaisseaux de police.
Building Sidonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape.
I thought it was just a couple of nests. Going to have to lug cargo across half the universe to pay for this cleaning.
Allez, bonne app. À plus tard. Oui, bah ça va le faire. Hein. La nuit. Bah, c'est quoi lui? Ah, il a fait bugger. On va enlever mon équipement, on va se la jouer RP aussi. Hein. Parce que maintenant qu'il y a de l'oxygène. Paf. Ah mais... Non, on va plutôt mettre mon ancienne. Bienvenue à Sidonia.
The community center on P1 is a good place to connect with others, or fulfill any spiritual needs you may have.
Sorry? What do you mean there's no work?
Yeah, do you have any idea how far we've traveled? How much money we spent to hitch a ride to this dusty
Ever
red
been
rock?
to Aquila?
We were
Those
told there were
security uniforms
jobs.
are way cooler than anything we've got.
Look, I get it. But we just filled our last openings. I think we have a couple contracts ending at the end of next month. It's possible they may not extend them.
This is bullshit. I got a wife and kids at home. We can't wait almost 2 months for a job that may not even exist then.
Hey, I get it. But there's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. You can take it up with corporate if you want. Sorry, but I have to get back to work.
Come on, forget it. Let's get out of here. Maybe it's not too late to catch a ride back home.
You got the look of a miner about you. Maybe when the new contracts finally open up, you'll give it a go. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor, mining director for the Deimos mining project here in scenic underground Sidonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat, so long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose. See you around. You know, I believe we've got the best mining team ever assembled here. Not so bad for one of the oldest mines in the settled systems. We struggle with the lack of decent equipment, but we work hard and make up for it. As I'm sure you know, we're responsible for supplying resources to Deimos
Ouais,
Star.
mais il se passe quoi là?
Among other major projects, makes us one of the United Colony's most important mining operations. The prestige and pay that comes with it almost makes up for being stationed at the arse end of the settled systems in the middle of nowhere. Yep, that's me. Joined up with Deimos when I was just 17 as a mining gopher. Go for this, go for that, you know how it is. I worked hard, proved myself capable, and got the promotion to mining director about 6 years ago, after the old boss retired.
Okay.
Some of the older guys resent me, but I give everyone a lot of leeway as long as they meet their quotas. So that keeps them happy enough.
Ouais, bah voilà, c'est quoi la sirène et la détonation que j'ai
Oh,
entendue?
that! Oh, nothing to worry about. We do fracking on Mars with subterranean particle detonations. Those announcements are just to let people know when to expect them.
Ok.
Now, you probably felt the rumble when the detonations actually go off. That's all it is. Not too bad, eh?
Pas mal, ouais.
Basically, it's high-tech mining. We use immensely powerful controlled particle detonations deep underground to loosen up subterranean gases and other difficult-to-gather resources so we can harvest them. Sounds way more dangerous than it is. Probably. Actually, it's still pretty dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, alors pas de quoi s'inquiéter.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I can totally see how it'd be odd if you're not used to it. Just sit down, or be sure you're within reach of something to hold on to if the quaking makes you uneasy. You'll be fine. Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah, unfortunately, all our mining contracts are filled right now. Unless, maybe you could help me out with a job. Off the books. Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas. And we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though. Okay, glad you're still on board. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some more. One standard quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first. Yeah, don't you think I want to? Corporate sets the contracts and they're not giving out anymore, so we work with what we've got. Something to do with insurance, benefits, and other liabilities, so I don't make the rules.
Vas-y, je vais le faire.
When you've got enough, drop it off in the bin over there for processing. Then come see me.
Ok, détonation. Je vais récupérer du fer.
Careful near the railings on the upper levels. It's a long way down.
Ouais, à la base j'étais pas venu pour ça, mais on va visiter un peu du coup.
Thought we'd struck oil, but it turns out it was just another deep water deposit. That would have been wild.
Hello, traveler. Will you join me for a while? You strike me as someone with an interesting story. Call it scholar's intuition. I understand. May the road rise to meet you. I hope our paths cross again.
We have the tech to instantly jump across the universe. I think someone would have invented a way to keep rocks out of boots.
Wish there was more to do around here. Drinking, that's all.
Red and orange. Everything's red and orange as far as the eye can see.
Yes.
Start to wear 'em.
Stay away from the Sixth Circle unless you're a minor. Or at least don't go.
Be advised to secure this article and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of unforeseen tremors. Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Ça va péter.
Three things this job's got plenty of. Dust,
Only a
reaches,
qualified supervisor might change my directives.
It is now safe to resume normal activity.
Careful, we're working on some delicate stuff around here.
Look at this place. I can't imagine being cramped down here, choking on the fumes and the dust. No trees, no grass. It's depressing.
You doing okay? I know it's been a rough week.
And listen to a speech from President Abe. The remarkable success of the Vanguard, the president said, is standing right before us. In other news, maroon zealots have been sighted in the home.
Hey there.
Oh là 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 là, c'est énorme.
I think I want to join this.
Deimos Staryard acknowledges the efforts of its citizens to make our city a happy and productive place to work. Thank you for your daily contributions to our prosperity.
Ah, didn't think we had any new miners on account of the positions being full up. Well, that's a little weird, but as long as Trevor's okay with it, I can't say that I mind. Anyway, I'm Layla. When I'm not mining, I'm tinkering with Gnome, our unofficial mascot. I fill that computer brain of his with all sorts of nonsense and announcements. Of course, if you're here to chat, I'm always happy to talk shop. Especially if you're interested in talking about the heart of Mars. Yeah, Gnome's been down here forever. He's also been broken forever. Can't actually walk or do work, and we don't have it in the budget to fix him. No one's had the heart to junk him, but when I started, I gave him new purpose. I programmed him to tell us local news and announcements. I modeled his responses after my own sarcastic sense of humor. It proved to be popular, so I did what any aspiring comedian would do and gave him a bunch of stupid jokes to tell. People love it. Or at least that's what they say. Very funny. Who sent you to ask? Was it Rivka? No, she seems to know what she's doing. I bet it was Hank, wasn't it? He always acts like he's top dog. But we all know he couldn't mine his way out of a wet paper bag. Oh, you're a miner too. Funny. I didn't think there were any new contracts starting. Which means you must work for a rival company. And if you think I'm going to divulge trade secrets, you've got another thing coming. Look, I won't report you, because we've all been there. But I'm not going to help you either. I like this job. I don't have any intention of losing it over something like this. This is only my second contract, so I think I've been here for, 4 years now. It's great. I love it here. I'm working on getting those red eyes that are all the rage these days, you know. You'll hear a lot of these other chumps complaining about Sidonia. They say it's boring or dangerous or whatever. Look, I come from an ice planet. These people have no idea what they're talking about. Sidonia is practically paradise compared to where I grew up.
Ah ouais?
Why? I mean, who wouldn't want cool blood red eyes? It's kind of a badge of honor thing around here. People know you're hot stuff when you got red eyes. Also, it freaks people who don't know about them. Except for little kids. They always seem to think it's awesome. Either way, it makes for fun social gatherings. Oh, so you're interested in the heart of Mars, are you? Word is there's a cave out in the Martian wastes with a gleaming node of the purest titanium ore you've ever seen. It's worth quite a lot of credits, but some say the heart of Mars is cursed. Hundreds have gone in search of it, never to return. And every one of them met a grisly fate. Maybe, just maybe, you could be the first to succeed, though. You know, if you think you got what it takes. No judgment if you're too scared.
Intéressant.
Fair question. I'm not really the adventurous type, to be honest. And frankly, I don't need the money. So, I don't really feel the need to involve myself with the prospect of a potentially deadly cursed chunk of titanium. Because in Roman mythology, Mars was the god of war. His heart is cold, but tough like titanium. One of the miners started calling it that long ago, and the name stuck. Seems fitting enough. I know, cursed rocks and all. I don't know for sure if it's really cursed, but it's probably still dangerous out there, so be careful. I'll give you location of the cave.
Ah bah,
Good
vas-y, au revoir.
luck.
Cool. Allez, je peux
Hey,
rester.
see you around, I guess.
A plus, Leila.
Graffiti and other street art is not tolerated per Sidonia City Ordinance 5.82. Failure to comply with this ordinance will result in fines not exceeding 5,000 credits or 100 hours community service.
I can't imagine being stuck down here gathering rocks for a living when there's an entire universe to explore.
This is only my first contract, but I've already hauled more ore than any of the old-timers could ever produce. That's why they're jealous of me. My story? My story is that I don't like people asking what my story is.
Ok, ça va.
I'm just messing! But really, I don't want to talk about myself. What? No. She's never told me about it. Hold on. Is there some big thing everyone knows about that they're just keeping from me? Probably think I can't keep a secret. Fine. I don't want to have anything to do with their stupid Mars harp or whatever it is anyway. What? Standing around pointing a cutter at some rocks all day? It sucks, but it's easy, so whatever. Way better than my last job at Chunks, though.
Ok.
What? You're leaving?
Allez, lâche-moi.
if you need some rock blasted, I'm your girl. Oh, that? It's a legendary chunk of titanium ore that any miner would love to get their hands on. I can only assume Layla told you about it. She's obsessed, but too scared to go after it herself. Because of the curse. But you do you. Don't let her scare you off.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais ici?
Oh, I'm the blasting supervisor. I help take care of tricky deposits and expanding sections of the mine using controlled detonations. It's much faster than normal mining, but also more dangerous. That's why it takes someone with my qualifications and supervision to do it right. Or else terrible things can happen. About a year ago, some rookie kid thought he could increase his yield, so he strung up a bunch of charges and almost brought down a whole cave. We tightened up safety protocols since then, and haven't had any accidents since. Well, at least none related to explosions. Not my team's explosions, that is. Not as much as they used to be, but Mars is still ripe with minerals for the taking. Did you know they used controlled particle detonations in the deep mines? Crazy, huh? It must have been awesome to set all that up. I just use regular old explosive charges in my detonations, but I take what I can get, huh? Sure is. Mars is rich with mineral deposits, even this close to the city. Although we're also clearing out the space here to make way for possible future city improvements. Not sure what's gonna go here when we're done, how long it's gonna take, or even if it'll ever happen, but it'd be nice to see the city grow. See you around.
Not having any trouble mining the ore, are you?
Citizens are advised to take caution near the military outpost on the city's outskirts due to frequent live fire exercises. It is also advised to use only approved ship landing pads, as the UC Marines are not responsible for hull damage caused by stray munitions.
Bon, allez. Il y a tellement de trucs à voir, mais ce jeu il va être énorme. Ça va être compliqué de le faire en streaming entièrement. En stream.
Crime's at an all-time low around Sidonia. Let's keep it that way.
Rez-de-chaussée, P1, P2. Bah, il y a tellement de gens avec qui parler et tout, c'est incroyable. Mais ce jeu, ça va être ouf. Ça va être interminable.
What a day, huh?
Il va être incroyable, quoi. Ouais, il faut avoir du temps devant soi. Mais même pour le faire sur YouTube, je sais pas comment je vais faire parce que j'ai pas envie de faire non plus 100 épisodes, quoi.
Did you know Deimos makes the majority of the ships for the UC Navy? If you ask me, that's a hell of a lucrative contract.
Ok, je sais pas.
I've warmed up to Mars since I came here.
Il y a tellement de gens à qui parler.
Unless you're a Deimos employee, I can't really help you.
Many people think psychology is only good for treating past emotional trauma, but it's a great way to prevent it in the first place.
Bon, allez, je vais aller parler un coup au barman là. Ça fait déjà 1h05 que je joue et j'ai rien fait quoi. C'est ouf. C'est ouf.
Caution. Subterranean particle detonation imminent.
Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated
Well,
in the event
look
of
what the Martian
unforeseen
winds blew in.
Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3,
Take your time,
2,
and ask me if you need anything. I'm here to help. Yo, hey, what's up? You looking to do some shopping here at the Trade Authority? I'm Manaki. Feel free to ask me anything and I'll do my best to help you out.
Eh ben...
Oh man, I'm still new here, so I don't know how qualified I am to answer that. We're like this huge network of shipping and trade throughout the known universe. Everyone. Free Stars, UC, even Varun uses us in some capacity. Because I guess we're all about free trade for all. Yo, I wouldn't be surprised if we bought and sold from the Crimson Fleet, right? They pay my salary, so as far as I'm concerned, they're all right in my book. Man, sorry, I can't really say that. Really, they told me not to say anything like that because rumors, you know? All I know is that we're running a business here, and I was told to take in all trades and sell whatever we've got. And listen, I'm not gonna worry about anything other than that.
Vas-y, ça marche.
Yo! This dude came in once trying to sell this whack-looking fish or something. It was still alive. He had it in this big plastic bag full of water and everything. Good size, too. I was trying to tell him I didn't know if we took in things like that, but then my boss came over and told me we absolutely did. And I had to process the sale and store the thing. Man, what a pain in the ass that was. Even weirder, someone came in and bought it like right away. The hell's that about, right? Yo! This dude came in once trying to... It was still... I was trying to tell him I didn't know... Cool. That's what we do here.
Oh, un sniper. Fusil de chasse du vieux monde. Ah, classe.
See you around.
You bothering me for a reason. Got something on your mind, love? Then spit it out. You bet your arse we do, love. You've got all these dusties crammed into this tin can of a city, scrambling to use their profit shares to pay their bills. If they have a thin month in the mines, the credits are still due. So we're here to buy anything and everything people want to sell. And I do mean everything, if you catch my meaning. Not that I'm admitting to anything, of course. Sure. Mission boards where you should go if you're looking for your one-and-done freelance jobs. You'll tend to find them at local watering holes near spaceports, like the Broken Spear here in Sidonia.
Merci.
I'm in what you might call the Special Liaisons Department. When the TA needs to deal with, let's call them organizations that tend to fly below the radar, that's where I step in. I keep my own hours and the pay is good, so who the hell am I to complain? Bye, love.
All citizens are welcome.
These invoices aren't going to review themselves.
For activities of all sorts.
Seek a community center representative to plan your event or regular gathering today.
Bon, allez. Service à constellation, c'est quoi ça?
can make a real good living working the mines here on Mars.
Old fool ended up drinking himself under the table.
Excuse me.
A couple of hours later, Doubt he'll be back.
Well, let me know if he ever shows his face again. I'll make it clear he's not welcome.
Mm-hmm. Will do.
If you see any trouble, you let us know.
Keep it simple. Been serving drinks here for over 40 years. Few places can offer that kind of stability. Plenty. But if I went blabbing them to any rando that walks into my bar, no one would ever tell me anything around here. You don't do this job for 45 years by losing your customers' trust. You don't guess. You know that. And you better know it if you want to keep drinking in my bar.
Oh, tranquille. Putain, mais ils sont quoi sur ce caillou là?
Everything. I make it a point not to sell crap. We got beer, wine, and spirits. We don't do too many fancy mixed drinks, at least not the kind you get in Neon or New Atlantis. It's my belief that the only booze worth drinking doesn't need to be mixed with something else to taste good. What's your poison?
Viens voir un peu ce que t'as. T'as pas les trucs de soins là? Si. T'as que de l'alcool. Ouais, t'as que de l'alcool. du whisky en brique. Alors là, c'est une première. Ah, terrible. Bon, je cherche à l'avant-garde du nom de Mohara.
He ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to think it might be time to pour one out to the blackest sea. You got another word for it?
He means outer space.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Believe me, I've heard it. After about round 3 or 4 was all he would talk about. And he's got a voice that carries. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian. Especially one that's missing. But,
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
It's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that money, I got problems. What do you say?
Oh. Votre compagnon peut parler en votre nom. Sa réplique est indiquée à côté de son nom. Vas-y, parle, vas-y, essaie de... vas-y.
No, I've done this routine. Let's skip to the part where you admit you're lying about what he owes.
You calling me a liar? I'll throw both of you out of this bar right now.
Oh, please. 2 strangers arrive from off-world asking for information only you have. You see an opportunity. Everyone always does.
Yeah,
Lower the price. Don't think we can't find another way to get what we want.
Fine. Come on. Life on Sidonia ain't hard enough. You gonna guilt trip me? Yeah. I get your point.
On peut peut-être laisser là le trouver.
Maybe. Alright, I give up. Just trying to earn a living here.
Merci.
Last time he was here, Moira kept yelling about the Lady of Love. Singing songs. All that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
Rendez-vous sur Vénus.
Before you say anything, no. Mars is nothing like Earth. Heck,
Even Earth is nothing like what Earth used to be.
So long.
Merci, monsieur.
Hello.
Bon, faut qu'on aille sur Vénus maintenant. Mais il y a tellement de trucs à faire ici, on va pas partir maintenant. On va un peu se promener.
Don't be caught on the Martian surface without proper protective gear. All outside use of activities require the use of a certified safety suit.
Well then, what can I do you for? Hey, darling. You look like the type who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty. The Trackers Alliance could always use more bounty hunters to round up and kill wanted criminals. If that feels like your speed, talk to me. Or check out our posts on the mission boards. Actually, wait. I heard about you. You've done good work for us before, haven't you, darling? Hey, you looking for more work? I'm wondering if you might be up for doing me a favor of the personal kind, off the books.
What?
Good. Here's the short of it. I'm only stationed here because I made a mistake. Killed the wrong bounty, and the right one got away. It's bugged me ever since. Now, I heard rumors that this no-good, dirty quarry's been lurking around Mars, but I ain't had the good fortune of him strolling on in here. I think he's smart enough to know better. I got a plan in place to find him, but I gotta prove to my other tracker contact that he's here. That's where you come in. Just gotta plant a sensor. No danger to you. Ken Placus, smuggler, the worst kind. Deals in all sorts of black market goods. He's wanted for grand theft, human trafficking, murder, you name it. He's also extremely good at what he does. He's eluded the best of UC security for years. He's even slipped by our own trackers, myself included. I'm convinced he set me up to fail, found a look-alike to unwittingly take a fall, made me look bad. So I'm sure you understand it's kind of personal. He doesn't know it, but he's got a chip in him with a unique ID. Part of the reason he's learned to keep out of the major cities and settlements. Trackers always manage to find him when he comes to town, so he just stays away. But he's a slippery fella. That's why I want to send someone to catch him where he feels safe, just along the outskirts. Sensors tuned to that chip. Makes sense now, don't it? Hell no! If I'd wanted you to do that, I'd be asking you to do that.
Okay.
Nah, I got a good friend. Tracker buddy who stuck by me through and through. Gonna split the haul with him as soon as he brings the mark in. That ain't up for debate or negotiation. Under no circumstances are you to interact with my quarry, or you'll find yourself at the wrong end of a bounty.
Oh. Okay.
Alright, so you're gonna want to take this here sensor and put it way up at the tippy top of the old Mars launchpad tower where it's nice and unobstructed. You're gonna want to make sure you've got a boost pack to help get yourself up there, or else it's gonna be a tough climb. Mars gravity's on the low side, but not that low. It'll track down my Mark's chip signal, assuming he shows, and I'll call in my partner to take care of him. Clear out and come back to me as soon as you're done so you don't spook the quarry. Get it? Got it? Good.
Ok, allez, on a une mission.
You're doing me a solid. Careful out there.
Ça on a été là tout à l'heure, ok. Là on est ok.
I could never leave these people behind. Their continents are
Quartier résidentiel.
Do you have a child or children between the ages of 5 to 18? Enroll them in a United Colonies distance learning program today. Your children will be provided with routine programs teaching them art, science, mathematics, history, and more, all in the comfort of your own home. Put your children on the right path to success and
Go to
enroll
Mars, they
today.
say. The pay is great, they say.
But the Lord's just
So is
not
the
the
crippling
person I want
depression.
advice from right now.
That's fine. Fortunately, the Lord is always with you, even in silence.
Good to know, Horace. I'll keep that in mind.
Peace be with you. Greetings, my child. Is there any assistance the Sanctum Universum?
Ça me saoule ces bugs là.
Faith be with you. Greetings, my child. Very well. I would be happy to take the time to speak with another child of God. Perhaps you would like to hear more about our benevolent Creator.
We can stay and listen if you like. I find theological discussions to be quite interesting.
The Sanctum Universum will always be available to you, if you wish to know more.
C'est chaque être qui fait ça.
While I must disagree, I won't try to change your mind. You are welcome to go alone in your spiritual journey and make your own discoveries. But if you ever find yourself lost and need some guidance, please know that I am always available should you be interested in a different path. I help run this community center along with my associate, Joy. People from all walks of life are always welcome to come here and share this space for whatever purpose they need. I am also here to assist those seeking faith in God under the Sanctum Universum, as we lack a true spiritual center here on Mars. We will always offer assistance to anyone who needs it, regardless if they choose to follow our faith. One is not conditional upon the other. We would never turn someone in need away, and we will happily serve those of any level of need. Have a blessed day.
Horace is good people. But I prefer Joy's line of thinking. We gotta find our own way. I lived a pretty quiet life to start. But the quieter things got, the more noise I made. Got into trouble, did the whole teenage rebellion tour, that sort of thing. Dad used to say I was made reckless by boredom, but I think he deserves some of the credit. I came to do a little good old-fashioned soul searching. You'd think it'd be easy to find, given it's my soul. But nope. Turns out it's a lot harder than it looks. Later.
Well, just passing through or here to stay?
I have a pen pal in New Atlantis. We've never met in person, but she's still one of my best friends. 20 years ago, I moved to Sidonia unaware. Never. All right. I may be older, but not to get all sappy, but I lost a son in the war. It's been 20 years, but it still makes my brain a bit swirly thinking about it. Just never got to say goodbye, you know? That bugs me. So I come here to try and get peace. Joy and Horace? I think they get along well enough. Sure, they argue, but that's a good thing. Disagreement's healthy. What good are your beliefs if you never have to defend them? See ya.
Eh ben, il est tellement...
What a long day.
How goes?
So I'm confused.
Bon.
There's no God.
I offer a great opportunity for people who don't wish to deal with the Trade Authority.
Allez, on va s'arrêter ici pour cet épisode. On va reprendre directement après. Là, c'est une petite pause. Allez, à toutes.